I don't call anyone a Nazi. That's why I'm saying I'm not.
Would you call a Nazi a Nazi?
For sure. And then calling people who were protesting domestic terrorists. I think it goes extreme on both sides.
Can I ask you something? Because you're both citing it. What you're doing
I'm not both citing it. I lean more left.
It's called a...
I lean more... I'm a libertarian. I've talked about this.
Calm down. I haven't said a word.
Okay.
Okay. What you're doing is called both siding. It's the attempt to pretend that you have neutral positions when you don't have neutral positions. And that's what you're doing is you're both siding. For instance, you said... You're talking about Nazis and woke. Andrew, you call everybody a degenerate. Andrew, you call everybody a Marxist. No, I call Marxist. I call communist. I call degenerates degenerates. I ask you, would you call a Nazi a Nazi? Yeah. So what's the difference?
Some of the ways you describe people, I don't agree with that.
Is somebody who participates in gangbangs nightly a degenerate?
Yes.
Okay. But
the majority of people on the left aren't doing gangbangs.
That's not what I'm asking, though. Is somebody who says that they're a Stalinist, communist, are they Marxist?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then is somebody who is wearing a uniform that says SS and has a swastika on it, are they a Nazi?
Yes, but you're conflling half the population as one thing and half the population as something else.
When have I done these?
I've literally watched.
When have I done these
your
things?
Interviews, not all of them. And you literally say, I know I'm Christian, but I hate the left.
I do. It's true.
Yeah, I mean,
I do fucking hate leftists.
Yeah, it's.
God will one day punish my eternal soul for the fact that I just cannot bring myself to not hate fucking leftists.
Well, okay, then you shouldn't be preaching morals to the world.
Why not? Because of false.
Preach the morals, just don't do it in the name of Jesus if you're going against what Jesus says.
So just be perfect.
Don't be perfect, but you.
So how imperfect am I allowed to be?
Don't be vain. You're not supposed to be vain.
How is that vanity? That's me. That's the opposite of vanity. Me saying I have a moral failing, right? An aspect of my own morality that's very difficult for me to a demon that's very difficult for me to surmount, which is I know I'm not supposed to hate people. I know that. But I also can't fucking help but hate leftists. I can't. And by the way, that's a struggle that Christians all over the United States have every single day. Wouldn't it be the opposite of vanity if I say to people, if I were to go, hey, I'm fucking perfect in every conceivable way. I'm without flaw. I am awesome in every conceivable way. That's vanity. Wouldn't the opposite of vanity me saying, look, I know that I have a high moral standard. And I know I myself at times don't live up to that high moral standard, which is part of Christian ethics. Isn't that the opposite of being vain?
No, I think being vain is not working on it and then openly saying, like you did to Charlie, I'm better than you, and calling her dumb and stuff like that. I don't think that's the correct way to go about it.
She shouldn't have opened her stupid mouth about my wife then.
That was before that happened, actually. It was right before. But
no, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't. It was after. I'll bet you $100 it was after.
I know for sure the stupid thing came before.
Well, perhaps we shouldn't have a meta conversation about
no, that's true. I called her stupid, but stupid has nothing to do with. Was I attacking her family? No, I didn't do any of that. Me saying you have a stupid position, or that's idiotic, or that's moronic, right? That's light stuff.
Well, like, blessed are the meek, blessed are the peacemakers. And the thing about Christianity is you're supposed to strive and work to be, for the way I perceive Jesus is literally trying to get to discipleship, which means like following all of the commandments and not using like being forgiven as, and being a sinner as an excuse to keep doing it. You have to always work towards being better instead of just accepting like, oh, this is me. You have to work for that. And it doesn't.
I've told this story many times, the story of the monk. I don't know if you've heard that before. It was a monk who was an alcoholic his entire life. And then when he died, people were crying. And one monk said, why are you crying? He was drunk his entire life. And they were so happy because he had cut his booze consumption down by half. Just meant that the entirety He was trying to overcome that demon his entire life, and he couldn't quite do it. Okay? I get it. I understand. Right? If you think that I don't struggle with the fact that I do have heavy hatred in my heart for leftists, you're wrong. Struggle with it all the time. I understand that I'm not a perfect person. I've always understood I'm not a perfect person. I also understand these people do everything that they can to make sure I fucking hate them too.
A lot of that is
Everything they
media
can do to make sure I hate
lack of education. They're
the most
a lot of it's
educated people
propaganda on both sides.
They're the most educated people on the planet.
Who, the OnlyFans girls you have on the show?
No, leftists.
Yes, and you think with more education comes more wisdom, or
that's what your point just was 5 seconds ago. 5 seconds ago, you're like, it's lack of education.
No, I mean the people on your on like this that comes on this show is what I was talking about.
Most of them have more education than I do.
Yeah, that's why I see things from a bigger picture. Our educational system is fucked. Like, I watch this show and I'm like, wow, where's the world coming to? But I also watch on the left when they ask similar questions about history and stuff and government, and they're just as clueless. So I that's why I think I have an advantage.
No, they're just monstrous. They're just monsters.
Seeing the bigger picture of like. I mean, we're all fucked up. We're all kind of dumb, and instead of fighting each other, maybe we should just work on fixing the issues.
Yeah, the problem is that we can't even agree on what the descriptors of the issues are.
Well, I think we should start with just what do they call it? Table issues. No, we don't.
Okay.
We all can agree.
Give me a table issue.
A good economy. We can all agree on ending corruption.
Okay, great. So
we can all agree on,
Let's start with this, like a good economy. Would you agree with me that it would lower housing prices if we were to deport every illegal immigrant tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay, great. Do you think that the left's going to go along with that?
No.
No. So I don't understand.
Well,
how is it that when you have a table issue, you say, okay, here's an issue. I want a good economy. Go, okay, great. If we can start with, hang on. Let me finish the point. Okay. How is it that if I can't find any common ground with these people, how are we supposed to surmount these ideological differences exactly? Can you tell me how to do that?
If you stick to the basic common ground, first of all, like the housing market issue isn't an issue of, like, it might contribute, like the legals might contribute a little bit, but that's
you see what I mean?
Tiny
we can't even agree on descriptors. So if we can't even agree on descriptors of problems, how is it that you expect that we're going to...
You have to look at everything as a full picture. You can't...
Wait, stop. Let him finish.
Yeah.
All right. I'll tell you what. Let's do it this way. Tell me the full picture.
The full picture, in my imaginary, perfect situation of how to fix things is... The first thing we need to do is vote out all the puppets and vote...
Hang on. Who's we?
We the people, everyone on both sides, forget the culture wars. Let's just have a small truce until the agreed upon terms are agreed upon, and then we can get to the cultural issues.
Okay, and who are the puppets we're voting out? What are their names?
What are the puppets' names?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not just one person. It's the corporations.
Okay,
it's the CIA.
The corporations aren't names of people. Who are the puppets we're voting out? What are their names?
You just vote based off of the PACs that have contributed to their funds.
No, I'm asking about names. What are the names of the people we should be voting out?
Mostly all of them.
Who? Give me some names.
I can say who to keep. Keep Thomas Massey. Keep Rand Paul. MTJ. I'm sure she's going to come back. On the left, what's the dude that was teaming with?
Yeah, I know, but who are the global puppets that we're going to come together to get rid of?
There's easy ways to look at this.
Okay.
There's websites where you can look at their campaign fund contributions, mm-hmm. and you can actually see how they vote on certain things, whether it seems directly correlated to like money or PACs, like
you see the vagary. Do you see how vague you are?
It's not vague.
Well, hang on. You're saying what you're doing is you're saying it's us versus them, we versus those. Okay, I understand that, but who's the we and who are the they?
we the people deciding to.
Well, these are people.
Whoever's on your side, if you elected them and they promise all these things and they're going directly against what you elected them for, plus have PAC contributions from like corporations, and if they're getting rich by trading stock, that sort of thing, then maybe they should go.
Yeah, but the problem is that we live in a democracy. Democracies are set up in power structures, and the power structures are set up based around people's interests. So people have learned that they can raid the treasury by having X amount of people who are representing their interests in office.
Exactly.
So there is no, hang on, no. If that's exactly, then your point's contradicted.
No.
Yeah, I'll
I
explain.
wasn't
Hang on,
done.
I'm going to
Okay.
explain how your point's contradicted. Because there is no we. There is no collective. What there is there's a whole bunch of different power blocks all competing for their own interests in the United States for power.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
I agree with that.
So when you say we should put our petty differences aside, well, they're not petty differences. They're massive differences. There is no collective we. There's groups and blocks of people who are competing for power, utilizing the democratic process. That's what's happening. So how do you plan on surmounting that barrier? How can I go?
Vote for people who...
Vote. We're going to vote harder. We're going to vote our way out of this.
Either that or revolution. This is my last attempt. This is...
Who are we having a revolution against? The voting bloc is just as bad as the elites they put in power. So who the fuck are we supposed to revolt against? Am I supposed to revolt? Let's say I did. Let's say we did tomorrow. We revolted against the government. Let's just say, right? Who's we then? Which power bloc is revolting against which block of government in order to get power? Which one am I supposed to support? Because the way that the democracy is set up, it's not a monolith. It is independent power interests, and they're all voting against the interest of other people and in their own interest.
That's why we need to hire people who have taken PAC money, and their biggest objectives to start off with is repealing the laws that got this situation here to begin with.
Yeah, but the problem, you can't do that, and here's why. If you have PACs and super PACs out there right now who are supporting abortion rights for women, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So all the people who want abortion rights, all the women who want abortion rights, they want those PACs donating. They think they're benevolent. They think that's good. And so on the other side, the people who are anti-abortion, who think that you're murdering tons and tons and tons of children, right? They support PAC endeavors, which are designed to put politicians in place, which will put local legislation against things like abortion.
I'd say no PACs. What I would do in a perfect world is get rid of the PACs altogether and use government funding and give them all the equal amount to campaign on and take that out of.
So you're going to give all the power of the vote to the media?
To the media?
Yeah. Well,
and I mean, there's more than just the media.
So let's say that
there's more than just the media. There's door knocking.
If you had, let's say you had 4 politicians, right, and all of them were funded with public financing. They all got the same amount. Let's say it was $1 million, right? Let's just say it was. Whichever politician mass media covers the most, that's actually going to be the politician that wins. It doesn't matter the money at that point, because media who's covering them, they'll always be able to pump in whatever money they want. They'll end up electing the person that they want.
Well, maybe we should make laws against that as well.
What do those look like?
Know.
You don't. Yeah, exactly. You don't know. You don't know.
I'm not a lawmaker. My whole thing is us as a people.
Yeah, I thought you had this great bird's eye view and understood how it all works.
I understand what's happening, and I understand if we all work together, we can start making some steps in the right direction.
How are we going to work together? We can't even agree on the issues.
I don't know what you've been watching, but this has been spreading all over media of this pact, or of we all agree on America first. We all agree on.
We don't agree on that.
The majority of us do.
No, the majority of us don't.
Yes, America first was kind of more of a Dem thing. Like, we were tired of all the wars this whole time. America first kind of came in.
No, America first was the idea, was Trump capturing the idea of the American family again. The idea that you could have a single income and support an entire family by utilizing a tax system based on tariffs against our enemies and making it fair again. That was one of the that was the probably the core idea of America.
No,
Hang on.
I
Let
would
me finish my
disagree.
point.
Okay.
The core idea of America First was that, right? The idea that he was going to get rid of all the illegal immigrants, things like that. Yes, that's true that was a core part of his message. But ultimately, he was trying to reinvigorate and recapture the idealism of the American family. That is what America First really was.
Well, I'd say the majority of the population believes America First is taking care of us before we start bombing people and funding Israel and bailing people out.
I agree, but
listen,
who's we again? When you say taking care of us first, we is the American family.
It's the same thing because you act like Dems don't want to have families and stuff.
They fucking hate families.
Can you look up the statistics on that?
There actually is something on this. Hey, Nathan, can you go pull up the Discord? Do you know our Discord?
Well,
we do have some data on this. I have an infographic. Nathan, let me know when you're on the Discord. Okay, so you're going to scroll down. There's a research tab in our Discord, so that it's not it's closer to the bottom, and you're going to see whatever stats, infographics. Do you see the infographics? Okay, and then if you scroll 3 up. Do you see the NBC News decision desk poll? Yeah. Okay, so you're going to click on that, and then there's 2 photos. Click on the first one, and then, put it window tab. Click on the image. All right. You might have to, I'm just going to read it. But so this is women who voted for Harris. They have... this is the importance to personal definition of success. So at the very top, for women who voted for Harris, Democrats, fulfilling job career, 51%. At the very bottom, here, you're going to have to hide us. Okay, in the sources tab, do you see where it says right corner? Just hide us temporarily, yeah. So it says for women who voted for Harris, it's being married, 6%, having children, 6%, and then mouse over to the next image. Click that one and then click on it. And this is men who vote for Harris, being married 11%, having children 9%. You can compare and contrast that with the women who voted for Trump versus the men who voted for Trump. Interestingly enough, can you go back to the other one? So men who voted for Trump, having children is at the very top
priority.
there, being married 29%. And you contrast that with women who voted for Harris. Actually, men who voted for Trump have a higher priority for having children, being married, than even women who voted for Trump. Can you just pull up the other one really quick again? So even women who voted for Trump, they actually rank being married and having children lower than men who voted for Trump. But it's still greater than Democrats.
I think what contributes to that is where we are financially. I do agree there's more people on the left that don't want kids, but we were raised...
Because they're anti-natalist monsters?
See, they're...
Anti-natalism
you see, that's what you got to work on. Okay, so...
Well, I mean, what do you want me to say? They bought their kids.
When the baby boom happened, right?
The baby boom?
Yeah, boomers.
Yeah, he's talking, yeah.
And all of that it happened when our economy was in a great space. I think people are waiting to get married till they're older and have kids till they're older because
of feminism.
That has a part to it, but it's freaking expensive.